Hey everybody, this is Dan for GemmyD on Cars. Now I am at an unnamed Lexus dealer in the area, and I wanted to do this sort of video series where I just talk about the design of cars, because that is honestly, aside from the performance and the sound, the design is what really catches my eye. So Lexus has some very interesting models that have come out recently that I sort of want to talk about. We're going to talk about the controversial grille and just sort of how it works, because I think it's working for them. This Lexus ES right here has gone through a very interesting redesign, and I think it is. I mistake this for an LS 500. This car has gotten so big and so interesting looking over the years, and the generations of this car before just sort of looked sort of plain and boring, but this redesign for 2019 is absolutely gorgeous. So let's take a look. Alright, so this is the new for 2019 Lexus ES 350. Now we have to start with design. We have to talk about this spindle grille right here, and I don't know really what to think of it other than the fact that it's taken over the automotive world, and it is just absolutely huge. It's sort of, they've all got the sort of trapezoidal shape, or I don't even know what you call it. And you've got the daytime LEDs right here. It almost looks like a check sign, but look at the detail of these headlights. It's just gorgeous. I like this color red. This color red is actually the same color as my dad's Lexus IS. It's called Matador Red. But yeah, it just looks very good. Now, moving around to the side, this car is huge. I mean, for a mid-size car, one of these is over there sitting next to a Lexus LS that we're gonna go look at, and it is 90% as big as a Lexus LS. This is just a big car. I'm sure over the years this car has gotten way bigger, but I like really what they've done with the design. You've got the normal 5-spoke wheels. Moving around to the back, I should give a shout out to Marty Motoring, because I'm right up his alley. But all Lexuses sort of have like a L-shaped LED taillight, which looks very nice on both sides. They've had sort of that design for a while. Now this is the F Sport model, as you can see my face. Now moving down here, this is kind of interesting. You've got these huge outlets for the exhaust, but there's not much in there. It's sort of like aesthetic only, which I'm not sure how I feel about that, but this ES is just gorgeous. Now this car has a 3.5 liter V6 with 302 horsepower, which is enough power for a car of this size, but what do you guys think about this car? I really like design. Lexus is going all in on the spindle grills, and I think it is working. First off, here's a blue F Sport ES going down here. I really like this blue. I just think the design is working. I like it. Now, there's sort of like some sharp lines right here, and there's quite a depth to that. Yeah, this is nice. All right, let's go take a look at the new small SUV that Lexus has put out. All right, now this is Lexus's new sort of subcompact SUV. It's called the UX, and you can tell that this one is a hybrid because it has the blue sort of surrounding the Lexus badge. You've got the same shaped grille, but just sort of a little different pattern with it compared to the ES over there. But this car has some really interesting design cues. I mean, obviously we've got the crazy grille and sort of like the slit little headlights, which are nice. But coming around the back, check out these taillights. Look how much this sticks up. You've got such depth in the taillights. You've got sort of an industry standard long little light bar here, which probably looks great at night. But look, it says Lexus right here in the taillights. But just look at the depth of that. If you're driving behind one of these, it just sort of looks like a little shoulder right there. So this is the UX 250 hybrid, and this car is pretty small, honestly. And I don't really know who's gonna buy this as a hybrid, because this is almost in the same size as like a Volkswagen GTI, but just a little bit bigger. I don't know, it's kind of an interesting size. Now here's a silver one. Just sort of see the difference in the colors. But yeah, you got the UX 200. Just this little kink in the taillights is so interesting. Now let's see what kind of engine this has. So this has a 2-liter 4-cylinder, 169 horsepower. Wow, that is sort of not a lot at all. You can see the more body creases in the silver paint. I don't know. I think the design is definitely interesting. Now this UX here, it's a 2-liter turbo 4 with 169 horsepower. That is $36,000. That is a lot of money. Let's see what this hybrid costs. $38,000. 181 total horsepower. $38,000, 181 horsepower. That is not a lot. So you got 169, 180, 181. I don't know. I think the design is interesting because that's what we're talking about today, but that's a lot of money. All right, so now I want to talk about these two RC300 coupes. Now this is more of like a Grand Touring coupe that I guess would compete with like a BMW 3 Series or an Audi A5, and I think the side profile of these is nice, but the front and rear design of the taillights is sort of interesting, so let's take a look. Alright, so just looking at the front of this car, there's just so much going on. You've got the LEDs right here with sort of like the 3 little designs there of the headlight, but you've got like air intakes right here, and then you've got like a gold pattern going around the spindle grille. It's just, I don't know, it kind of looks a little ugly with these little fog lights here too. I mean, it's very interesting. There's so many like surfaces and creases, and you know, you've got the depth here and the LEDs and the headlights and little air intakes, like the air intake right there. It's just, I don't know if it works as well as on the other cars. Now this car is absolutely gorgeous color. I like the spec of this one, but where do you see the color of the leather? It's like a yellow leather. It's interesting. Now these cars have a 3.5-liter V6, which is like a Toyota Lexus standard, but I like sort of the chrome wheels of this one. So going around to the back, it just looks very busy. These people keep looking at me. Hi. Yeah, I like the exhaust tips, and that sort of once again has like the L shapes of the taillights. It just looks a little busy, and I think this car is like $51,000, which is not exactly cheap, but it's not exactly breaking the bank. All right, now as far as design goes, these are all brand new ES 350s, or ES class, I guess you could say. That's sort of a different looking design on the spindle grille, which is kind of cool. That might be more of a luxury line car. Now moving over to the IS, this is, I don't know. It's just very busy up front here. I sort of like the gold looking around the grille, but just there's so many like creases and lines in the headlights there. It's just, I don't know. I wonder when they redesign this car like they did the ES 350, if it'll sort of take on more cues of that, which I think is gorgeous. That, you know what, the ES over there, that red one, that might be the best looking car that Lexus makes right now, aside from the LS. So let's take a look at an LS. Alright, now this is an LS 500 sitting next to a brand new ES 350, and it's amazing how much they are similar in size. Now the LS is sort of the Mac Daddy of the Lexus lineup that would compete with a Mercedes S-Class or a BMW 7 Series, but it is gorgeous. I mean, just look at, I talk about the L's in the taillights, and it looks really good. You've got like a little chrome bar going through the middle of it. Yeah, this color is interesting, and we're gonna try to see the front, but this car is a full-size luxury sedan. Let's try to see the front and the interior a little bit. Yeah, they've got sort of like the lines going on in the dash. I wish you could get and sit in one of these. But now this car was always designed with the spindle grille in mind, so I think it works. And you've got the massive LEDs and headlights there. It's just huge. But yeah, these cars are parked directly next to each other, and that you can see the LS is just only a little bit longer, which is amazing that the ES has now morphed into such a big car. I like the design of the LS, and I just think it works as far as like their flagship sedan. Now, we can't talk about Lexus design without talking about an RX, and this is a brand new one. And I just think it's too busy, okay? I mean, we've got the spindle grille, we've got the sort of, I like the headlights, I think the headlights are cool. But going around to the back, which lots of automakers are doing now, this sort of design here that splits the roof and the fender here, I don't know. I don't like it. I just don't think it works. It's trying very hard to be a good looking SUV, which I don't think it's bad looking. It's just so busy, okay? You got a trapezoidal exhaust, you got the L's in the headlights or the taillights, and then you've got this design element here that separates the roof from the fender. I don't know. I think I'm sick of it. I would strongly consider this for my wife if this was a better looking car, but I don't think it works. Alright, so lastly we're going to take a look at this RC, which unfortunately this one has been in a wreck, but also fortunately this is by far the best looking Lexus that is on sale. And I did a video where I sat in one of these at the Harrisburg Auto Show, but this car is absolutely gorgeous. This might be one of the most futuristic looking cars that is on sale right now. You've got like such prominent lines in the taillights and the exhaust. This is a LC 500, which I think this is like 467 horsepower. But this car, the design absolutely 100% works because it's just a gorgeous looking car. I mean, just look at all the lines and creases. It's a shame that this one has been in an accident. I hope everybody was okay. But yes, coming up front too. They always have like the little 3 elements of the headlights, and obviously this one is a little dinged up, I guess we'll say. But yeah, just look at the side profile of this thing. It just looks awesome. So yeah, this is it's a shame this is the only one at the dealer outside that I can take a look at, but the RC is definitely the best looking car that Lexus makes. Alright, so that's gonna wrap it up. I might just do a series talking about the design of cars, because that is honestly what I like the most. So let me know what you guys think about the design of Lexus. Do you think the RC over here is the best looking car? Do you think that UX, the new subcompact SUV, is the best looking car? I'm really impressed by the new redesign of the Lexus ES. That is just gorgeous. So let me know what you think about Lexus as a whole. Leave me a comment below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one. See ya. We'll be right back.